Hello students, this is our third lecture on superposition of waves. Last time we discussed about stationary waves, how these waves are created, and analytical treatment on the stationary waves. Means conditions for nodes and antinodes. Mathematically, we proved the conditions for nodes and antinodes. Then today we are looking forward properties of the stationary waves. These properties are as given as first, it is a definition of stationary wave. This stationary wave produced due to superposition of two identical progressive waves. Identical progressive waves means they are either transverse waves or longitudinal waves. They are traveling through a medium along same path in opposite direction and interfere with each other. Look again forwards. Two identical progressive waves traveling along the same path in opposite direction and interfere with each other forms stationary waves. If two identical transverse waves are interfere, the resultant wave is called as a transverse stationary wave. In that transverse stationary waves, there are some points of the medium which do not move are called as a nodes. Means nodes are the points of minimum or zero displacement. And the points oscillate with greatest amplitude, means maximum displacement we consider, are called as the antinodes. The points between node and antinode vibrate with values of amplitude 0 and a. Then it is the interesting thing. Suppose we consider such type of wave is set up, mean transverse progressive wave is set up like a stationary wave. Then in progressive waves, all the particles of the medium are having the same amplitude. Means they goes upper extremity, all particles at fixed distances and lower extremity also. But in case of stationary waves, it not happens. The particles at the node, they are very lazy particles. They are not vibrate about their mean positions. So their amplitude is 0. But when we consider the particles from node to antinode, just like as I am taking a big figure like as, when I am there node to antinode, look here, the amplitude of vibration goes on increasing. And at antinode particle, they vibrate with maximum amplitude. Means node particle 0 amplitude and antinode particle A amplitude supposed to be. Then between particles, their amplitude of oscillation goes on increasing from particle to particles. But still, interesting fact is that all the particles are having same period and same frequency, then except nodes. Mean what is its meaning? These particles are vibrate same period, means first particle at node not vibrate, but particle near the node vibrate with small amplitude. So it is a less lazy than node. Mean it vibrate, but its speed of vibration is slow. But particle at thereafter next particle vibrate with larger amplitude. Again next particle vibrate with larger amplitude, and finally at antinode particle vibrate with larger amplitude. Mean it covers a larger distance in one oscillation in the same time. Means suppose we consider all the particles complete one oscillation in 2 seconds. Their period of oscillation is 2 seconds. Then the particles, even if they are not travel a same path or equal path, mean antinode particle travels a larger path in one oscillation, while the particles near the node travels a less path. Then how it is possible? Because the particles near the node particle moves slowly, but next particle again moves faster, again next particle, and antinode particle moves with fastly, or faster movement of the antinode particle is there. That's why, but their period of oscillation is more. Means here amplitude changes from node to antinode, but period of oscillation as well as frequency is same. Okay, and this is the important point. It is not mentioned here. The distance between consecutive node or antinode is lambda by 2. No doubt here we consider two nodes, means suppose we consider one complete wave, means this is a one complete wave, one crest and trough as per concern to progressive wave. Again stationary wave, another crest is there, trough is there, means one wave consists of two loops. Two loops of the stationary waves is the one complete wave and its wavelength is lambda. Okay, then one loop means lambda by 2, and one loop consists of two nodes and one antinode. Mean in one loop two nodes are there and one antinode is there. So what is the distance between two nodes then? It is the lambda by 2. What is distance between node and antinode? Lambda by 4. Simply. Mean two loops are lambda. One loop lambda by 2 and quarter loop lambda by 4. Then no doubt in quarter node one node and antinode is there. What is the distance between them then? It is the lambda by 4. Then in one complete loop two nodes are there end to end. Then what is the distance between them? It is the lambda by 2. Okay, very simple thing. A point between node and antinode vibrate with values of 0 to 8. The distance between consecutive node or antinode is lambda by 2. Node and antinode are alternately produced. Means nodes and antinodes are follow each other. They are alternately produced. Mean node is produced, thereafter antinode is there, again node is there, again antinode is there, and such type of thing is there. The distance between node and adjacent antinode is lambda by 4. I am mentioning here. Thereafter, sixth property we considered, means these things are for transverse stationary waves as well as longitudinal stationary waves are there. Thereafter we go through another property we go through. Node, the amplitude of vibration varies periodically in space. Amplitude of vibration varies periodically in space. Means what is its meaning? That means look the shape of the stationary wave. It periodical shape is there. Means amplitude goes on increasing again, and this loop remains as it is in the space. There is no change in the shape of the stationary wave. That means suppose we consider in 1 meter one loop is formed, in second meter another loop is formed, in third meter one loop is formed. Means every 1 meter loops are there. Means they are periodic in space. Amplitude of vibration is periodic in space. All the particles vibrate with same frequency. I am mentioning here their period is same, means their frequency is also same. Except node, all the particles possess energy, but there is no propagation of energy. An interesting fact is that. Means node particles are not vibrate, they are not possess any type of energy because they are at rest. But the particles other than node vibrate with some amplitudes. So they possess a vibrational kinetic energy. And when they possess a vibrational kinetic energy, during their vibration, they give energy to the next particles. It happens. Means here what happens? Except node, all the particles possess energy, but there is no propagation of energy. Means energy is not transferred from particle. This is the interesting part. In progressive waves, particle gives energy to the next particles, but here energy is not travels. The wave is localized and its velocity is 0, so it is called as a stationary wave. the velocity of the wave is 0, so it is called as a stationary wave. Thereafter, in one loop, all the particles are in the same phase. Interesting one. In one loop, suppose all the particles are going vertically upwards, like this. Okay? At the same time, in successive loop, particles are moving in a downward direction as per constant to progressive. But in next half cycle, what happens? These particles which are going in upward direction, they comes in a downward direction. At the same time, successive loop, these particles are going in upward direction. In this way, that means in one loop, all the particles are just like as same state of vibrations. Just like as the motions of the birds, their leader goes forward and other particles are follow, other birds are follow them, or motion of the planes is also same. Means fighter planes are there, middle one, a plane is moving forward direction, and thereafter these planes are followed by thereafter some planes, mean two planes, and thereafter again two planes, they are moving backward direction. Just this motion is just like as the birds. Means leader is moving forward. Here leader is the antinode particle. It leads all the particle. This antinode particle always ahead, and thereafter next another successive particles are behind. Again successive particles are behind, and thereafter node particles are not vibrates. Means here what happen, in one loop all particles are in same phase. Mean all particles are moving upward direction supposed to be. At the same time, in the successive loop, they are in opposite direction. In adjacent loop, they are in opposite phase. These are all the properties of the stationary waves. As per concern, again we revise these things. The stationary waves are produced due to superposition of two identical progressive waves, either transverse or longitudinal, traveling through a medium along the same path in opposite direction. If two identical transverse waves are interfere, the resultant wave is transverse stationary wave. The points which do not move are called as the nodes. The point oscillate with greatest or maximum amplitudes are called as the antinodes. The points between node and antinode vibrate with values of amplitude 0 to A. If the two identical longitudinal waves are interfere, the resultant wave is longitudinal. It's exactly similar to that of the transverse stationary wave. In your book, they are separated. Again, the point at which amplitude is minimum are called as a nodes. An interesting thing, as per concern to longitudinal waves, these nodes are the pressure antinodes. Mean as per concern to longitudinal waves, the nodes are created where pressure is maximum. So they are the pressure antinode. Nodes are called as a pressure antinode as per concern to longitudinal. Interesting one. And antinodes, at antinode point, pressure is minimum. So they are called as the nodes. Means if we consider the longitudinal waves, there are the pressure nodes which are situated at antinode position, and pressure antinodes situated at node positions. Okay, thereafter exactly different thing is there. The point at which amplitude is maximum are called as antinode. The point between antinode and node vibrate with value 0 to amplitude. Same thing is there. Only pressure node and pressure antinode is different. Meaning in case of longitudinal waves, there are the pressure nodes at the points of antinodes, and pressure antinode at the points of nodes. Means at node points pressure is maximum, and at antinode point pressure is minimum. This is the thing. This is the only different thing is there as per concern to transverse stationary waves and longitudinal stationary waves. And thereafter another one, again same things are there. Node and antinode are alternately produced. Distance between consecutive node and antinode is lambda by 2. Distance between node and antinode is adjacent antinode is lambda by 4. The amplitude of vibration varies periodically in space. All points vibrate with same frequency. Except node, all particles possess energy, but they there is no propagation of energy. The wave is localized and its velocity is zero, so it is called as a stationary wave. One loop of all particles are in the same phase, that means in adjacent opposite phase. Thereafter we go through another topic, comparison of progressive waves and stationary waves. I am taking some points. Again, the disturbance or energy or vibrational kinetic energy, whatever maybe you say, or vibrations. Disturbance travel from one particle to another region with definite velocity. One to another region, means from one region to another region with definite velocity, this disturbance or energy is traveled, or we say wave is set up. But in stationary waves, the disturbance remains in the region. I mean, look, in one loop, this disturbance remains in this region. It not goes in the next region where it produces, and velocity of the wave is zero. Means that's why they are called as a stationary wave. This is the interesting thing. This is the contradictory point. Best main point between them is there. Means here in progressive wave, disturbance travel from one particle to another with definite velocity. Here disturbance remains in the region where it produces, and velocity of the wave is zero. The amplitude of all particles are same. I am suggesting there. Suppose one particle goes 2 centimeter upward as well as 2 centimeter downward from mean position. Its amplitude is 2 centimeter. Then each and every particle goes 2 centimeter upward. Each and every particle. Doesn't matter. But as per concern to stationary waves, it not happens. At node particles, amplitude is zero, no doubt. And suppose we consider at antinode particle, it goes 2 centimeter. Then the between particles, mean node and antinode, their amplitude of vibration between 0 to 2 centimeter. Numerically I am saying, or 0 to 8 centimeter supposed to be. Means this is the basic difference between them. Amplitude of all particles are same. Here amplitude of particles are different or increases from node to antinode, or increases or decreases from antinode to node. This can be said. All particles not cross their mean position simultaneously. Look here. Here particle gains energy. It goes, and during then it gives energy. During its vibration, it gives energy to the next particle. Just like as their persons are there, one is pulling other one. Mean first person who is ahead gives energy to the next. Just like as big man and child is there, and the man pulls the child. Such type of thing is there. Means first particle gains energy, goes forward. It follows by the second particle. Mean all particles are not crosses their mean position simultaneously. Means their phase is different. Mean phase changes from particle to particles. But here all particle crosses their mean position simultaneously. Mean look here, in one loop, all the particle goes upward direction and come back to mean position. Mean another loop, means suppose we consider such type of two loops are there. In first loop, particles are going upward simultaneously. In this loop, particles are going downward direction. Mean when they goes upward in first loop, second loop, particles going downward direction. Again, they return back from the extremities and comes at mean position simultaneously. Look the thing. And thereafter, in first loop, they goes downward. And in another loop, means second loop, they goes upward. But interesting thing is that at mean position, they are remain simultaneously. Okay? Mean, but they crosses each other. Mean just like at two trains are there, one is coming from Panvel to VT, another is VT to Panvel. They are meet together at a middle point. Similarly, we considered these loops are there. The first loop travels from extremity to lower extremity, and here lower extremity, second loop lower extremity to upper extremity. They meets at mean positions. Mean they comes at mean position simultaneously. This is an interesting one. All particles not crosses their mean position simultaneously, but all particle crosses their mean position simultaneously. All particles are moving. Oh, interesting one. All particles are, no one particle is lazy. But in stationary waves, I am saying that node particles are lazy, they are not vibrates. So particles at node are always at rest. Another one is energy is transmitted from one to another region. Mean energies travel from one region to another region or from particle to particle. There is no transfer of the energy. That's why they are called as the standing one. All particles in one loop are moving in the same direction, while in an adjacent loop are moving in a opposite direction. I am saying 2 or 3 times this. Phase changes from particle to, oh sorry, this distinguishing point is different. One is here and other is here. By mistake I am taking this. Mean all particles in one loop are moving in the same direction, while in adjacent loop are moving in a opposite direction. This is for stationary waves. And phase changes from particle to particle. This is for progressive. By mistake I am taking at different. This is my mistake. Okay. Thereafter we are going forward. Interesting one. Thereafter we are going forward another, as per concern to this topic, some MCQs are there and some numericals are there. I am taking these numericals and MCQs. First one, choose the correct option. Which of the following equation represent a wave traveling along a y-axis? Look the word, wave traveling along a y-axis. This is the thing, wave traveling along a y-axis. Means I am checking these two equations, C and D. Look, in C and D, A sin ky and cos omega t term is there. Means in these equations, these terms, these are the equation for stationary waves or standing waves. Stationary or standing waves. Means C and D options are not there. Means they are not traveling. Stationary and standing waves are not travels. Means in this equation, C or D, you say that plus or minus x upon lambda term is absent. Okay, 2 pi, that means here plus or minus x upon y or y upon lambda here, as per concerned here. Mean displacement is not taken x, y is taken. So these are the equations for stationary waves, they are not happens. Thereafter, there are two choices are there, A is there and B is there. Suppose we consider the wave is traveling along the positive x-axis, like x. Then particles are vibrate along the y-axis. Mean particles are vibrate along the y-axis. So y equal to, when wave is traveling along the positive x-axis, the vibration of particles are taken as y equal to something. Y equal, understood? But what is given thing here? The waves are traveling along the y-axis. So it not happens. Means this y equal to term is absent in this equation. So B option is not there. But suppose we tried first option, A option say. Means suppose we consider this is the x-axis and here is the y-axis, and suppose this wave is traveling along the y-axis like it. Mean particles are vibrates along the x-axis. So x equal to A sin ky minus omega t. This option should be correct. Okay, means I am taking first wrong options. Means C and D, they are the equations for stationary waves. Stationary waves are the standing waves, so they are not moving. I am taking option B. In option B, particles are vibrate along the y-axis and wave is going perpendicular to is mean along the x-axis. So this option is also not there. But in first option, what happens? In first option, if we consider wave is traveling along the positive y-axis, then particles are vibrate along the x-axis. It is possible. This particle also vibrates along the z-axis also possible, but here two-dimensional case we consider and xy axis are taken. So which of the following equation is there then? Then option A is correct. Understood this thing? A standing wave produced on a string fixed at one end with the other end free. The length of the string is. Means they suggested that this wave is set up, mean one end is fixed, and as one end is fixed, mean node is formed. And other end is free, mean antinode is formed. Means we get such type of figure is there. Here at close end node is formed and at open end antinode is formed. Mean how much here distance between node and adjacent antinode? It is a lambda by 4. Means lambda by 4 option should be possible. Another one, we consider another mode of oscillation. Suppose we consider I am taking one loop and thereafter such type of figure is there. What is our condition? At one end node is there and at other end antinode is there. Mean one loop and half loop is there. One loop means lambda by 2 and half loop means lambda by 4. Or I am saying 3 lambda by 4. Meaning here lambda by 4, here 3 lambda by 4. Again I am taking here 2 loops and here again antinode is there. Then what is this distance? Means lambda 5 lambda by 4. Meaning here lambda by 4, 3 lambda by 4, 5 lambda by 4, 7 lambda by 4. What is this condition here then? Must be odd integral multiple of lambda by 4. This option should be correct. Must be odd integral multiple of lambda by 2 is not there. Another options are not there. Very simple thing. Because what is our condition? Even if this string is there, what is the condition for string? At ends, nodes are formed. Means such type of loops are there always for the string. But what their condition is that at one end, node is there and other end is free. And at free end, always antinode is formed. So, your option should be A. Mean in both case, option is A. Mean must be odd integral multiple of lambda by 4. Thereafter we go through another some numericals are there. Numerical number 11. A sound wave in a certain fluid medium is reflected at an obstacle to form a standing wave. The distance between two successive nodes is 3.75 centimeter. Mean distance between nodes is given. Means obstacle standing wave is there. Nodes is given. Mean lambda by 2 is given directly. 3.75 centimeter. And if the velocity of sound is 1500 meter per second, find the frequency. Means here distance between successive nodes means lambda by 2 equal to 3.75 centimeter. Convert it into meter, means 3.75 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Not necessary to take such type of 0.0375 meter. It is complicated. Then 10 raised to minus 2 directly you take. And thereafter lambda means, what is it given? Lambda equals to what then? 2 is multiplied then 7.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Velocity is given in meter per second, 1500 meter per second. Then you know velocity, you know wavelength. Then we know the formula, V equal to n lambda. So n equal to V upon lambda, 1500 divided by 7.5 into 10 raised to minus 2. 1500 means you can take here 15 into 10 raised to 2. And here 10 raised to minus 2 goes upwards, means 10 raised to 4. 15 upon 7.2 means 2 into 10 raised to 4 hertz. Very simple. Or you can say 20 into 10 raised to 3 hertz. 10 raised to 3 means 20 kilohertz. This is your frequency. It is the highest range of audibility. You know it. Now, we go through another numerical. It is an interesting one. The source of sounds are separated by a distance 4 meter. Mean distance between two sources are 4 meter. They emit the sound with same amplitude, frequency. Mean their amplitude is same, frequency is same, but they are 180 out of phase. at what point between the two sources will the sound intensity be maximum? Mean it is the case of the stationary wave. One wave with two identical progressive waves traveling along the same path in opposite direction interfere with each other. Then how we can take it? What is the distance between them is given? It is a 4-meter distance is given. Interesting one, huh? 4 meter is given. In 4 meter distance is given. Then they suggested that. Then frequency is given 330 hertz. Speed of the sound is given V equal to 330 meter per second. Then we know V, we know N. Calculate the lambda. Then V equal to N lambda. Lambda equal to V upon N. 330 upon 330 means 1 meter. Look here. 1 meter means 2 loops are there. In 4 meter, how many loops are there then? Means suppose we consider this is a one wave, here is another wave, third wave, and here I am taking a fourth wave. Here I am taking just like it. How many loops are there? 8 loops are there. And at the middle, here is the middle. Means here how many loops are produced? Mean in 1 meter 2 loops are there. In 4 meter 8 loops are there. Try to understand. And from center, if we divide these loops equally, then 4 loops on either side. And at the center, node is created. This is a logical problem. Try to understand. Means total distance is 4 meter. We calculate the wavelength 1 meter. In 1 meter wavelength, 2 loops are formed. Mean in 4 meter, how many loops are formed? 8 loops are formed. And at the center, from center, 4 loops are divided equally. Then at center, node must be formed. Because at the ends are also node and at the center is also node. Then at center, node is there. Then they suggested that at what points between the two sources will sound intensity be maximum. Mean at node points, amplitude is 0. So minimum. But at antinodes, a maximum displacement is there. Mean maximum displacement is there. Then maximum displacement means loudness is also maximum. This is the common thing. So distance between successive nodes and antinodes is lambda by 4. So antinode at maximum from the center. How much distance then? Any one point. In this side, right side or left side from the center. Mean node and antinode distance is lambda by 4. Lambda by 4 means I am taking lambda by 4. Thereafter next one, again node is there from the center. Lambda by 4 and lambda by 4 means 3 lambda by 4. Thereafter 5 lambda by 4, 7 lambda by 4. These are the conditions at which we get antinodes or maximum amplitude or more loudness. So lambda by 4, 3 lambda by 4, 5 lambda by 4. On either side, you can say positive side plus say one side. On left side, we consider negative. So plus or minus lambda by 4 on either side, plus or minus 3 lambda by 4, plus or minus 5 lambda by 4, plus or minus 7 lambda by 4. These are the 4 conditions. From the center, you can say. You can take at any ends also, but they suggested in a problem from the center. That's why I am taking here. Thereafter, lambda is what? 1 divided by 4 means 0.25 meter. Thereafter, 0.3 lambda by 4 means 0.3 into 0.25 means 0.75, 1.25, 1.75. These are the distances from the center at which we get the antinodes. Means maximum amplitude means maximum intensity. A very clear problem is there. Thereafter we go through another topic is there, a free vibration and force vibration in next lecture. Today it's enough. Stay safe at home. Thank you.